let's get started with the front kicks. Offensive and defensive will be what we're looking at with this first segment, okay? So let's think about a front kick to manage the distance, okay? So that's basically, like right here, you're safe, right? So you're just in a natural posture. If I tried to kick you, I can't reach you, can't reach you, can't reach you. Now if I start coming a little closer, now I can reach you. So I'm at a, like sort of a kicking distance, side kick, front kick, not really punching. Can't really kick you with my shin. Now I can, right? I got punches here, and touch your body, and kick your legs. And then here, I could obviously clinch, but headbutts, knees, and elbows, then clinch. So those are sort of the ranges that we need to understand. And this will be a big review on that furthest away range that we're in danger from, this front or side kick range, okay? So this is gonna be the idea. Go ahead and get in a 4-point base. Hands are up, knuckles are eye level, and palms are open, okay? So as I step in, I want you to front kick, okay? So, and we talked about some delineations like where, go ahead and leave your knee down, good. But there, like I can kick, ball of my foot here. If I turn my toes about 45 degrees inward, you get a little better striking surface on my foot. So it's kind of in between, like toes up is what we call a front kick. Toes sideways is what we call a side kick, right? So this is kind of in the middle for what we're doing with this. This is a self-defense technique, kind of about 45 degrees. Still the ball of our foot, striking surface. And you'll see this referred to as front kick or side kick. It's sort of either way is fine. So as I step in, so get your stance. With that lead leg, I want you to intercept me stepping in. So if I swing forward here, it's gonna be perfect distance for you. Boom, okay, good. All right, so intercept, boom, good. Intercept, boom, good. You can do the same like each time. All right, so intercept, 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 good, okay? Now, do it a few times, like there was like good toes up, turn the toes side to the side a little bit, right? See if you can feel a difference here, but other side. Oh, yes, right? So when you go to wanting to clinch with this, the toes being sideways, I find a little more beneficial, okay? So when you slip that off, right, it works up a little bit, boom, boom, okay? So I'm stepping in on you again. Good. Good. Toes will face the same way, inward. Boom. Boom. Good job. Okay, now I'm walking. Okay, we did this on the other day, so you're just kind of there. As I come forward, you're going to kick whatever leg enters your distance first. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Good, okay? This is alternated each one, it's kind of what step you start with first. And then 2, I'm only able to do that with you because I understand the distance and number of steps it takes. So like that's the furthest out long range. Like, okay, it's gonna be about this many steps to get there. My front leg will get there in this order, etc. So, that's the next level after you start wrapping your mind around all this, like those 4 ranges I just talked about is, okay, well, that's more, projectile range. So what some people call that, like that's a longer distance. You don't have to worry about somebody kicking and punching you and stuff. But we start, okay, they're closing. How long is it gonna take them to get here? How can I maintain this distance that I'm safe from, etc. Okay, so that's stepping and walking. Now, I'm gonna kind of circle about a little bit, okay? And then I'm gonna go to step in or walk in, and you're gonna do the same thing, okay? So, here. And kind of follow me, yeah? Good, okay. Nice. Okay, now I want you to think about this too. It's an extension of your base. Okay, so if I'm here, see, like that, like I wanna lean into it a little bit, right? Not necessarily just like thrusting with it, but just putting a little weight into it, okay? Follow, Yes, yeah, I feel that. I feel that, right? And that, you can support a lot of weight with that. And again, it's intercepting, keeping that distance. Slide forward a little bit. Okay. Good. Okay, good. So, I'm gonna come in on you, and what I want is, hey, I'm gonna kick you real quick. So, I'm here, and you slide back. Here. Okay, so look at what I'm doing as I come in. It's just like we talked about in the double leg class, right? If you come in and grab here, you can slip techniques, headlocks, go to the back, but it's gonna disallow them from putting you in a guillotine or a headlock. They'll be forced to grab around your body, right? Which, great. I like dealing with that way more, right? So if somebody grabs around just my body, I literally just expand my chest to get out, reposture, okay? So, just from the step, I go to step in, you go to front kick, I'm gonna slide back. Yes, come in with that, okay? Good. Good. Seeing how I'm there, slip around to my back. Yes, okay? I think that was classes 7, 8, and 9 that we went over those techniques, right? Off the top of my head. Okay. Good. Okay. Shoulder protects. Chin. Kind of bring your, think about it this way. Bring your chin halfway to your shoulder and your shoulder halfway to your chin. All right, so as you come in here, like this. Right, that again, it just disallows them getting in around your neck. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. I like how you kind of that elbow in the brachial plexus tie in there, like in the sternum area, right, or right where your shoulder ties in. That's great. Okay. Anytime you're coming in, you stick that elbow there. It allows us to get a good punch. That's why when we come in like this, you stick that elbow right there. And can go into whatever clench, side clench, front clench, body lock, etc. Okay? So as I go to step in, I'm gonna slide back. Yes, good. And if I try and grab your head, it's not gonna work because you did all the right things coming in. Okay? So that is a great overview of how to use the front kick defensively. Okay? Now what about offensively? All right, so a lot of times we think, you know, jiu-jitsu, I want to be able to defend against strikes, yes. So this, but we also show some strikes in this class, right? We won't show this defenses against punches. You will see, you know, elbows, you'll see knees, you'll see kicks, right? And it's those techniques that we've okay, yeah, these are taught in jiu-jitsu a lot. If you go look at the Kodokan Judo textbook, it's got a Timi Waza is all the strikes, right? It's got kicks, punches, knees, elbows, everything, right? Now, I'm not just throwing combinations like a kickboxer would do, but they need to know how to defend against those. And then two, I may want to hit you before I throw you. I may want to hit you as I come in for a clinch. And there are little opportunities like that where we can take low risk. We don't have to be a high-level proficient boxer, Muay Thai practitioner, a Nakamui is what that's called, to do those things. We're just doing self-defense. So let's look at front kick offensively from the jiu-jitsu perspective, okay? Now, this is what we're gonna call Pasao. Now, when I was learning this, I always thought okay, that means front kick. Or that means, front kick, side kick, however, you're kind of shaping your foot, that's this stuff. Sort of, okay? We do a walking pattern in judo. There's several actually, but get the standard grip, please. And follow me. Just following foot, right? Good. Nice and relaxed. It's like a dance, okay? That is what one of the main translations of Pasao is, following one foot after the other, right? So here's the thing. If I want to use this kick offensively, and I start creeping in like this, it's going to allow you to defend against it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up walking, okay? Go like this. So we're holding our hands out this way, okay? So what I'm gonna do is whatever foot would be the kicking leg as I get in your distance, I'm gonna kick them, all right? So, just like that, right? And again, all we're doing right now is looking for the kick, okay? So let's look for the kick a couple of times, and then what we'll do is you're gonna walk in on me, and then you'll walk on me and I'll start walking in on you, right? And anytime, just like we saw with the defensive, we won't really get into this on this section, but anytime that front kick, if I am able to slide back with this walk, if I'm coming forward too, it's almost impossible to slide back. But you clinch is there. Anytime you go to do this, you just close distance, okay? So, my hands are here. You go back to the red a little bit, yeah, there you go. Now, just start normal walking, just naturally, yeah. Boom, good, go back. Good, that's fine, go back.
We'll do single foot each side?
You alternate, it'll be fine. Good, a little too soon, right? Just time that distance, Good, good, turn your toes in a little bit. Good. Either leg is fine, and you know, like, again, I'm standing here like this, so it's like not like, oh, he's got this leg forward, he's got that leg forward. We're not trying to overcomplicate it. What we're trying to do is understand this basic strategy. I don't want to show you my hand, you know, like in like cards, not like this. All right.
Gotcha.
I want you to know what I'm doing. So, you know, I bet if I start coming in on you like this, you'll be like, this dude's about to attack me, right? However, I'm just closing distance in like this, boom. And right as I'm getting in your space before you've ever had a chance to do anything, I'm initiating, okay? So, a couple more times. Good. One more. Good, okay. Now, as you start walking, and you take about 2 steps, I'm gonna start walking. So it's a new puzzle now. Like, I see that you're coming over here, like, here's what it might be. Like, this, just a situation. You just dispatched my friend. You know, right? You might have already dealt with me, even. I'm over here and have recovered. You just dispatched one of my guys. We were messing with you, right? It's in the parking garage. Nobody's around. You dealt with one. I've seen a lot of videos like this, by the way. This is why I'm pulling this situation, right? But nobody else around. 2 people, right? You just dealt with somebody over there. You turn around, right? I'm walking in on you, right? So it's just this kind of an awareness thing of like, okay, like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna come for you too. And when you're just like walking at someone, what's going on? We talked about the walking haymaker. I mentioned a fight that we cornered back in the day where a guy got knocked out, right? So anyway, you start walking. Okay. Right? Yeah. So see, I'm gonna walk too. So you start walking. I'll walk. Oh, yes. Good. We'll do it on the hands a few times, and then what we'll do is we'll start going on the leg. Good. Okay. You start walk. Start. Good. Nice. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna back up. But what I want you to do is after you kick, I want you to just grab a clinch, okay? Coming in the same way, right? And what we're gonna do with this is instead on the hands, let's do it on the left. Start walking. Cool. Good. I'm clinching here. Yes. Keep those shoulders a bit, thumbs down, pinkies up. Beautiful. See, you already had, it's pretty much like you already had the back. Because when you went to kick, I was like, oh, what's he doing? I'm going to brace for that. Bam. Okay, so look, managing the distance is something we talked about in the first class, right? So that is 2 things. We sometimes have to close the distance to clinch. Here, I'm closing the distance to kick and or to clinch, right? But I'm doing it offensively. We saw the first segment. I'm using the front kick defensively, right? So we want both of those, right? We don't want to just be able to defend against strikes. Front kicks is one of the kicks in this class, one of the strikes in this class that we teach is an offensive weapon, okay? So that's kind of overview on, you know, applying, attacking with, and defending against the front kick, just the kick itself. So, and then we'll start looking into some of our deflections next, all right? Defending against front kicks, we're gonna be blocking and deflecting, okay? So with that, we see the shin block, and we see using our hand like a parry motion from either up here or down here, from this stance or from this stance, okay? So this motion is gonna be here, right, when we deflect. And we don't wanna just do that, we wanna turn with it, right? We wanna rotate our center line, so if I'm straddled here, that the kick will go down that center line, but I'm not on that center line when that happens, right? We don't wanna just we wanna get out of the way, but I want it to go past me also, okay? Instead of just making it go to the side. That's one way, you make it go to the side, but if you really focus on that center line detail, it'll go past you. That's really applicable against the wall, okay? So first, let's work at defending against the front kick to the groin. This will be more like a soccer kick style, boom, versus a push kick style, okay? So you're just here, right? Yeah, you know, what's my problem? You're just assessing the threat. If I come up and try and kick you, that same side shin's gonna close the door, boom. Yeah, I don't even wanna do it, because I know, if I kick, that's shatter my foot, right? Boom, boom, okay? Now, push defense, raise your elbows, okay? Here, yes. Boom, boom, right? Boom. Okay, now back in your 4-point base, hands up. Boom. Okay, yeah, just a turn. All right, relax. Simple, shin ball. I used to always call that also in the striking classes, and still do, a post, right? And a metaphor that Chris Burns uses I really like is he says, close the door, okay? So, however you want to think about it, whatever metaphor works for you, good review on that. That's dealing with the front kick to the groin. Now, we can deflect front kicks to the groin as well. So, I might be like literally just trying to kick you in your pelvis area, okay? So, if that happens from just here, then turn, okay? Yes. Good. See, I feel that, right? That's getting more and more dynamic each class. Good. Okay. Now, let's go 4-point base. Hands are up. Yes. Okay. So when the front kick comes, it's going to be here. Also turn though. Good. Good. Okay, that's good. Right? It's good. You're prolonging the amount of time it takes me to put my foot on the ground by making me go sideways, but also I'm still going forward, so it lurches me closer to you instead of just to the side. You know, you get a clear path to my back if you just make me go that way, but again, you're really doing good about adding that weight with the turn, okay? Just like we do with the punch defense with our forearms, okay? So very nice with that. So that's just a kind of an overview. We've done all of that in all of the other classes. Now let's do one more from the 4-point base. We're gonna use our same side forearm. Just like we do if I'm touching here, and you, boom, boom, just like that, okay? But against the front kick. So let's do that a couple of times, and we'll add a little elbow strike into it and a clinch, okay? So just the deflection right now. Good. Do one on me that side. Right here at the center. Okay, right here at the center. So that'll kind of be what it looks like, all right? So, little, step forward a little more, good, in your base, hands are up. Okay, deflect, forward, yes. Okay, good, this side, deflect, boom, and then clinch. Okay, start just popping the elbow there, and then we'll stop with that, all right? So go deflect, elbow, nice.
Put on that video.
Good. Deflect, elbow. Good, nice. In a clinch. To the side, whatever. So that's simple, right? Here, our hands are not always gonna be up. You may like this one, that's great. I like that one, I like it here, right? You may like the forearms more, right? Maybe this is, you know, you had your hands up, your elbows are in tight already. Maybe your elbows are out a little bit more, you like this idea, right? Maybe you're standing this way already. It's very opportunistic and situational, okay? So that's a good overview on blocking. So that's, you know, front kick, side kick sort of idea. And next we will take a look at how to catch and go for the takedown. Okay, so there's two takedowns that we show in this program for front kick defense, right? To kind of make a sequence, a combination, right? So I want to defend against the kick and then, you know, take you down and submit you. Like that's the fastest sort of approach and goal. Like everything needs to be some version of that. Anytime we're defending a strike, maybe hitting and clinching, takedown, submit. That's the goal. Control the position, then submit. So let's look at a couple of little takedowns here. Okay, you know, we saw an outside leg throw and we saw an overhead like shoulder throw, the Seoinage, in the last two classes. So this class, we'll see a couple of takedowns off the front kick, and then we'll you know, kind of loop back and look at some more rear defense as well. Okay, so off of the deflections. All right, so if you're doing a front kick on me, whether I'm neutral base or here, boom, right? So that deflection, okay? Now, when I do the deflection, we talk about we want to turn our base, but I'm gonna, there'll be some coordination here, okay? So, and we'll do this side just for the better perspective on the camera, okay? So give me that, yes, good. So here and then there, okay? So what I did is I passed this here. Okay. Now sometimes I'll show this where I just like deflect it out of the way and set past you and do the same throw. But this one we're gonna hold it in the other hand, okay? So give me that front kick again. Here, like this. Okay, and then look here. Got a knee on belly entry, an arm bar option. Some things we'll have a knee on belly class in here, you know, and go over some of that. But so many of the throws, like this leg throw, knee on belly is such a great option afterwards. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to deflect it and catch it. All right, you're gonna deflect it, and it's a scoop, is what it is. Okay, so deflect and scoop. Okay, now as you come in, right, just step past me, but the other leg will step past me. All right, like so that leg is gonna go behind that leg. Yes.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't hop back over that. I tried. Okay. So here. Boom. Step past me. Yes. So hey, you remember this? Side fall. Well, hop up into it. Come on, like that one class we did. That's what just happened. Just like we saw in some previous classes we did this. It's quite literally what happened is, and I want you to do this as I'm going down. Because here's the thing, I'm grabbing your lapel because I know you're about to dump me from a reasonable height. Maybe an unreasonable height for me, right? But I'm like, okay, that's you know, it's a 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. I'm gonna fall. So like I'm grabbing your lapel, and what you don't want to happen is that, because then I'll pull you over me. Okay. So again, deflect, scoop. Yes. Now look how that arm bar is there. Right? Yes. Or a knee on belly. That came back to bite me because I was like, oh no, don't. I'm gonna pull you down with me. Okay. So in judo, that's called Osoto Garuma. It means two legs. Right? I've got one and I throw with the other. Okay. So anytime I take both your legs out on Osoto, that's talking about that like Osoto Garuma. So outside leg throw for this class, that's all you should think about it as. I will always bring up the judo term though, in case people wanna go do some further research. The judo black belt, you know, and I got a judo black belt, trained judo and still study and love judo because what we're doing is, in a lot of ways, a reinvention of early judo, right? Judo became an Olympic sport, it kind of went off in another direction. Mostly focused on throws now, but the balance, the takedown and throwing techniques, they've always been great. And you see the same techniques because they're sister styles, jiu-jitsu and judo. I mean, they're both Japanese martial arts. You see those same techniques in both. You see those same takedowns, throws, situations. You'll look at the judo textbook, go to this class, whatever, you'll see similarities, you'll see differences. Okay, so let's look at one more. Another takedown, okay? So, let's get in a stance. And give me a front kick to the body. Boom, good, that's good. Now, give me a front kick to the body. You missed, obviously, right? But that's all you have to do to make someone miss, okay? So, come forward a little bit. Stand in a neutral base. I'm gonna front kick you, and I just want you to step back into a 4-point base. We've been doing this the whole time. Step back into a 4-point base with a defensive posture, okay? Staggered stance. Not yet. All right? And that too, you know, I just changed the distance enough that it's like, it'd be hard for me to clinch. That lurched me forward. Okay. Now,
Should I go the other way with that one?
not necessarily. Just, if you step back at all, I will miss, okay? So, and go ahead and kick me, so when you measure the distance, good, go back down. Okay, so, now, go ahead and kick me again. See how I pulled you forward there? As I stepped back, so I caught, this hand went down, like I'm doing the front kick defense. This hand went down. I don't wanna just step back and grab, I wanna connect it to myself. Now, I want you to think, just for falling safety, you know what a pistol squat is? Yeah, good. So think about doing that into a back fall. I'm just gonna take one step forward. Yes, okay? Now ultimately, you'll walk forward and raise. Okay, now, if in a class of people like you, great. You know, you're blue belt, you've been training, you help with these classes, you help with other classes, you do other martial arts other than jiu-jitsu. You've done a lot of falling, you've competed. So it's like, oh yeah, Mike is good, we'll just dump him, right? Just pick his heel up all the way, right? Don't tear his leg muscles when you do it. But in the white belt class, just getting your mind around like, okay, if I step back in this, I wanna connect to it, and then just here, boom. Because like the last throw, and why we introduced that side fall drill a couple of classes ago, it could be a big fall, right? You know, when I was a blue belt, the day after I got my blue belt, the same belt you have, I broke my collarbone. Somebody threw me with poor technique and it broke my collarbone. So, you know, just no amount of falling really could have saved me from that. But what could have saved me is, okay, the group we're working with, a bunch of beginners, we're doing throws. The guy was telling me was a white belt. You know, I just got my blue belt the day before, the night before was at a camp. And then right out the gate, broken collarbone. So, safety tips. That's, you know, this class, I'm always trying to throw out safety tips. So, cueing you to kind of pistol squat. And then 2, I don't need to see if you can do standing splits like, you know, a ballerina or anything. I'm just gonna raise and take a step forward. And 1 step forward for this class, and kind of getting the person to think. Most of the people, we've mentioned this takedown 2 classes ago, they haven't seen this before. So it's something, oh, we're learning it for the first time. Oh, well, I've already gone through this program. Okay, you're learning for the second time, right? So after about 3 or 4 times of seeing this in a year, this is what this program will do for you, then you'll start going, okay, hey, you know, yeah, see how, you know, I really lift my leg up on this. I want to see if I can resist it. I want to see if I can hop around, right? But that comes with skill and time. Somebody that just started, I think we had 3 new people start this class last week. We don't want that for them. What we want is for them to keep coming back. And that 3rd or 4th time, oh man, I can explore this a little more, okay? So, step back and catch, then walk forward. Yes, and just step forward as you raise the heel. Yes. See, that's a big fall. It's just a bad fall for me. Not uncomfortable, not bad. I could literally handle you going, boom, right? Because I would do like a version of that. I'm like, hop into this. I could take those higher falls. Because I'm a black belt in judo. I've done that. But do I want to do it all day, every day? No. Do I want the very new student to do it? Yeah, no, sort of over time. Right? So step back and catch. Forward. Yes! Yes, see? I tried to like pull my foot out, didn't work. Then my foot bent like that as I was going down. Nice. So it's simple. We saw just stepping back to avoid in the previous class. We talked about that in the previous class, and once you catch it, that's what you do with it. Sidebar. And just another safety tip. This is legal in some Muay Thai, right? Because they're fighting in a ring. And when there's ropes where those black mats come to the red ones there, and I push you, you'll fall through the ring. And they haven't, for some reason, just said, oh, hey, let's make the ring like 5 feet longer on all sides, so they don't fall off when they fall out. I haven't done that. So people fall out, and sometimes when they fall out, they break their back. So imagine not only I fell like that, but then I fell another 3, 4, 5 feet. So that's the concern on the sport with this technique. So again, the safety tips, all right? So that's front kick defense, all right, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be looking against the wall on this segment, right? So we covered a lot of front kick defense, and ultimately all the striking defense we do in this program, you wanna be able to do when your back is against the wall, right? So we have matted walls here in the gym, several of them. Padded posts and corners and different things. So this is very applicable in parking lots, walking beside a brick wall, things like that. You're gonna find yourself in these situations every day. So let's just look at your back is against the wall. That's when a lot of times you're stuck standing like this. Okay, so here, right, like I can't be in a 4-point base. Right, my back is literally against the wall. So if he's coming with this front kick here, right? I want to turn and go ahead and kick me right here. Yes, good. And try and kick through and kick the wall. Go ahead. Boom. Right? This will go straight through to where I was standing, but I deflect and I'm here. Now, when I do this, right, and you kick and miss, I'm gonna come back with the deflection to the elbow, okay? Go. Boom, boom, right there. Right, while you're kicking the wall, I'm elbowing your face. That's kind of the idea. Okay, so again, boom, boom, right here. And then look, it's knee and then a standing guillotine, right? Now remember on our standing guillotine, what we want to do is as we scoop and lift, we want to push them away with our elbows. So it's a here, here. Not just like this with your thumb up. Thumb towards your body, right? I'm scooping in under his neck as I take that thumb towards my body. Then I push away with my elbows as I raise. If you just raise, you'll run out of room real quick and you'll be exposing weaker muscles in your shoulders, okay? So again, we'll just do like a 1, 2, 3, and the 3 will be the defense, okay? So I deflect, that's 1. I deflect an elbow, here. I deflect elbow, here. Knee as I go into that standing guillotine. So I soften you up with strikes. And then I submit you. Okay? A great plan. All right? You try it here. Yes. Good. Now, same thing. Come back with the elbow. Here. Good. Scoop in, yeah. Boom. Boom. Nice. Now, the elbow is in a wrap, throwing it into a knee. And then the next time we'll do standing guillotine. We'll just do it now. Here, boom, elbow, here, knee. Boom, there you go. Now elbow, knee, standing guillotine. Deflect, elbow, wrap, knee, standing guillotine. Nice on the elbows, effortless. You're pushing me away, I'm doing some part of it for you when you use the elbows away. All right, that's it, front kick defense against the wall.